This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant evening, everybody. We thank you for joining us as we come to you live from the Snake Pit here at Century High School. As tonight the Preston Indians head an hour up the freeway, come up here, and they'll take on the Century Diamondbacks, a team that's always been kind of a pain in their side throughout the years, as they'll meet here tonight. Century, I should say Preston, coming off a big win in their last timeout, as they picked up a win against Shelley, 77-39. Talking about the last time out and suffering a tough loss, Ron Smaley, it was Century losing on a last-second three-pointer by Chase Whiting.
Jace Whiting
against Burley on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and I thought a lot of people, maybe didn't think Century would play Burley that close, but obviously they gave them all they wanted, and it took a three right at the end for Burley to win.
For the Indians, the win over Century, that elevates their record to 6-1 on the year, as they are 1-0 in conference play. This is their second conference game of the year. And not only has Century been a tough team for them to play over the years, but this also has been a very tough place for the Indians to come and play.
I mean, Century has been really our nemesis, I would say, over the last decade or so. And you go back to the old days, and it seemed like it was Snake River, and now it's kind of Century. And both have good, storied basketball programs, and they always compete. It's always fun.
Even though they lost against Middleton last week and during the Preston tournament, the Indians stay atop the 4A rankings in both the coaches and the media poll.
They kept Preston ahead of Middleton.
They did in both polls. Both teams received first place votes, but Preston, simply by sheer number of points, stays ahead of Middleton in both the media and the coaches' polls. But this is going to be a very interesting game tonight. Century loves to kind of muck it up inside. They're big, they're tough, they're strong. And for Preston, they can't get in a wrestling match inside. Ty can't, because he's going to find himself in foul trouble.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Middleton game a little bit, is we have to keep Ty out of foul trouble, and we're going to have to rely on our athleticism and our speed to get out in the open court with our press and to get some easy buckets.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll hear from Coach Jones, see what he thinks about tonight's game. We'll do all that right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. We'll talk to Coach Tyler Jones here for a couple of minutes before we get underway here from the Snake Pit. It's nice to get back into conference play. You jump right into it against one of the toughest teams out there in Century.
Yeah, conference games are big. They mean more. The standings end up going district tournament later in the year. You got to win your conference games so you can be at home for that. So a big challenge for us tonight. This is, over the years, one of the toughest places to play. Last year we struggled up here, and tonight will be a tough test for us.
I was looking at some of the other teams and where they've stand in conference play so far, doing some prep work earlier today. Interesting, this is only your second conference game. It's a team like Canyon Ridge. They're half done with conference play already.
Yeah, with so many teams, it's different. But Also our last game before the Christmas break, so you want to go in with some momentum, and this is a big game because, those top couple teams late in the year, it's going to be within a game or two, for those spots. So you want to go win on the road as much as you can and take care of the games at home, and this is one that a big rivalry. They're up for us. We're up for them. Last couple of years, both programs have been really good, and we're going to have to be ready to go tonight right from the tip.
They've lost some of the size that they've had inside over the last few years, but Titan Flashman is still a big guy coming back off that knee surgery that he had at the end of last year.
Yeah, he's a moose. He's 6'5" and probably 250, 260, and he's put on a lot of muscle. Just a big, strong kid. And last year, he did a really good job on Ty. He got really physical with him, and I expect them to really get physical with Ty tonight. So it's going to be tough down low to get those easy buckets, and we're going to have others step up tonight as well.
Eli Williams is another guy they count on a lot. He led the team in scoring in the last game against Burley.
Yeah, and then you have the Gunter boy he just signed at ISU, another 6'4" athletic kid. Williams can really shoot it. The younger Fleischman, the brother, he's a wing, 6'3", can shoot it. So they have some length, and they're going to be a little faster than they've been the last couple of years. They like to get up and down the court as well, and if they're hitting, then they're a really dangerous team. So I think tonight defensively we're going to have to do a really good job of getting out and making them put it on the floor, and then we need transition because they do have that length down low and the muscle. We got to try to get out and run and get some easy buckets.
After tonight, of course, you have the game against Logan a week from tomorrow. After that, you have only one game that's outside of conference play. Would you rather string them all together like that, or be kind of like Canyon Ridge and have a little bit of a break in the middle through the Christmas holiday?
I kind of like getting the preparation, the non-conference out of the way early, so that you get all those meaningful games. But whatever it is, we got to do it. It's our schedule, but. This is big tonight, just the momentum, trying to stay up in those top couple spots, and really if you can go back this is our 16th year in 4A, you can probably count on one hand how many times we've won in this building. It's a tough place to play. It always has been, and the rivalry we have, they're going to be gunning for us for sure tonight.
Speaking of that, you're talking about going back through since you've been in 4A. I think this is the 43rd game overall against Century, and they've beaten you 27 times.
Yeah, in the first, 10 years, we never beat them. I mean, it was, they were the team. They went to state every year, and they were established. And in the last 4 or 5 years, luckily, we've been able to have some success and kind of get that confidence that we can beat them, and up here especially. And last year, they got us again up here, and we battled back and got them at state. But it's a good rivalry, and it'll be a good game tonight. Two teams we're going to fight hard and battle.
Well, we'll look forward to tonight's game, and we'll look forward to talking to you after the game as well.
Thank you.
That's Coach Tyler Jones with us on the pregame show. We'll take a time out, come back with more right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Aggies are no secret this season.
Your 2019 Mountain West Conference Tournament champions.
MWC Player of the Year Sam Merrill leads an experienced group for second-year coach Craig Smith.
Passes out of it, though, to Merrill. Merrill will take the three. He'll say, yes, sir. I will go ahead and take that, and I will knock that down.
Don't be surprised if the Aggies are back in the conversation for the conference title. Listen to all the action right here on the Aggie Sports Network.
This Saturday, the Aggies take on the Florida Gators. The pregame show is at 12 noon. They'll tip the game off at 12:30.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Kasasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Kasasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Kasasa? We're glad you asked that. Kasasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU. This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stressed when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
WestMotorCompany.com.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-0810.
KACH. KACH.
Welcome back here on the pregame show as the band cranks up across the way, Ron. What are some of the keys to tonight's game for the Indians?
Well, like we talked about a minute ago, I think the Indians need to stay out of foul trouble, especially where Century's got some bigger guys. They're going to try to work it inside a little bit and counter our speed a little bit. So we've got to stay out of foul trouble. And then the next thing I would say is we just got to play our game. You know, we need to execute our press. We need to cause some turnovers on them. And we need to get Scotty open and Tyle open inside and Luke going to the hoop and doing the things we do best. If we just play our game and don't get forced into something else, we'll be fine.
I think working the ball around, spreading the ball out, spreading the offense out, to get another one of those games where you get 4 guys into double figures is going to be very important.
For sure, and you know, with Ty, I assume they'll double Ty quick tonight where they've got some size, and if he doesn't have a shot, he'll kick it out and find some guys that'll be open, and we'll be okay.
Ought to be a good game. It's Preston and Century coming up from here at the Snake Pit. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to starting lineups and the opening tap for tonight's game are coming up next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The Westside Pirates play their final game of the Flaming Gorge Basketball Classic on Saturday afternoon. And you can hear the game as they face the Evanston Red Devils live in Green River, Wyoming. Our coverage starts at 2:30 p.m. following the Utah State basketball game against Florida on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH. You can also hear the game live on mylocalradio.com.
It's the end of a long day and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
It's time for Preston High School Indians basketball. The Indians hit the court looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston basketball is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Rouse Construction, bringing custom homes to the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in the city of Preston. By Naylor Insurance. For life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. And once again, a very pleasant good evening, everybody, from here at the Snake Pit at Century High School. Dan Hubbard along the grounds, failing with you tonight as the Preston Indians play their final game before the Christmas break as they'll take on the Century Diamondbacks here tonight. As we settle in, Preston comes into the game 6-1 overall on the year. Century has struggled so far this season. They are 2-5 overall. Suffered a very tough loss back on Tuesday night when they lost on the three-pointer right at the buzzer against Burley, and they are 1-1 in conference play. Preston's 1-0 in conference play. Time to meet the starters for the game here tonight as our PA announcer gets ready to announce the lineups into the starting lineups tonight. Band will play a little bit more first, apparently.
Yeah.
As for Preston, this is only their second conference game. They've had teams around the conference, like Canyon Ridge, for example. They've already played half their conference schedule so far this year.
That's crazy, and I kind of prefer it the way we do it, where you get a lot of the non-conference done, and then you can focus right on the conference and kind of, when you're kind of rolling a little bit more, play those important conference games.
That's exactly what happens after tonight. They have a game against Logan a week from tomorrow. Then they'll have one non-conference game left the rest of the year. That's against
Mountain Crest.
Mountain Crest.
Yep.
Other than that, they got to string a whole bunch of conference games together.
Yep.
Ty Hyde will start at center tonight for Preston, averaging 14.8 points per game. Scott Dunn will start at one of the guards. He's averaging 13.7. Luke Smaley will run the offense from the point at 12.5 points per game average. Cole Harris is the power forward at 4.4 points per game. And Garrett Ward gets a start tonight as well. At the other guard, he had 2.8 points per game so far on the year. For the Century Diamondbacks, who have been the nemesis and the thorn in the side of the Preston Indians, going all the way back to where they started in the 4A division. Tonight is the 43rd meeting overall between the two teams, and Century holds a 27-15 all-time advantage in the head-to-head series.
Not the last 2 years, but the first. They had a real advantage the first, 6-7 years.
Starters tonight for the Diamondbacks. Javon Sewell will start, a 5'8" junior. Eli Williams, who led the team in scoring against Burley the other night with 16 points. He's a 5'7" junior and a good outside shooter. Emmett Holt, a 6'2" junior, will get a start tonight as well, so part of that size inside. Andrew Guntner will start. Just signed a football letter of intent to attend Idaho State a couple of days ago. And in the middle, Titan Flashman, 6'5" junior, had 14 points the other night against Burley. Wears a brace on his left knee for a knee injury he suffered last year in the last game against Preston, of all people, and had to have knee surgery and was lost for the remainder of the year last year.
Yeah, the Gunter kid is a good friend of Luke's. They play on a traveling AAU team, and he's a top-notch kid, and we're happy for him for that scholarship offer to play football at Idaho State.
Very good. So here we go, as Ty Hyde will jump center. He'll jump it here against Andrew Guntner. We got a whole lot of looking at Guntner.
It's Gunter.
Gunter, I should say,
yeah.
As playing a receiver spot for the, on the football team. Good size on him, and he'll make a heck of a receiver playing in the college ranks coming up next year. Ty Hyde wins the tap, controlled by the Indians, who are underway here from Century. Quickly underneath it goes to Hyde. They triple team it, and Williams takes it away.
That's the example where Ty needs to catch it, just go straight up. Yep, had a layup.
Williams with a steal. He'll give it off to Sewell. Sewell back to Williams. Looks at a three, doesn't take it. They'll swing it around all the way over on the left side now as it goes there. As coming down the lane, pull-up jumper there by Holt. That's no good. Smaley up high with a rebound. Gives it ahead to Harris. Harris back to Smaley. Looks inside, bounce it down on the block. It goes to Hyde on the right block. Wants to turn inside on Flashman. Scoop shot, good. Wow, he scooped that from down by his knee to get it to go in.
Had to kind of dive to get the shot off, but he went in. A great play by Ty.
Full court pressure shown by the Indians. They get up in the front court. It comes to Sewell right in front of us. He's double teamed. Luke got a hand on it, almost knocked it away as it goes to Guntner. As it goes to Williams. Little runner from about 8 feet is good.
Dan, I look to Preston to do that double trap on their wings a little bit more because of their shortness, 5'7", 5'8".
Here comes Smaley, wants to go down the middle, jump stop, lays it off to Harris. Over on the right side, it's a three-point attempt by Ward. That's no good. In fact, it's an air ball. It's taken there down by Gunter up into the front court. Goes there to Holt. Holt pulls up with a three of his own. That's no good. Good position inside by Garrett Ward for the rebound. Quickly, they push back up into the front court. It goes high. Ty got away.
Got away with the travel.
And then missed the layup. Comes back to Smaley. Back down low. Comes to Hyde again. Bumping on Flashman. Puts it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. And he's fouled going up this time.
Finally called the foul. Dan, our guys have to go up quicker. Ty at the first play of the game had a layup, and Cole Harris had a layup. But they took it down onto the ground, and so hopefully we can get that to go up quicker.
They called the foul on Titan Flashman. I thought it was the guy from behind, which was Emmett Holt, who got the foul, but no, they called it on Flashman.
That's good.
So here's Ty Hyde, the free throw line, with a lot of noise in the building. He makes the first free throw.
Yeah, they typically don't have a million fans here. In fact, a lot of times Preston has more than Century. But their students are always loud. They always have a great student section.
Ty is 65% free throw shooter, makes the first. Makes the second as well.
Attaboy, Ty.
Ty's got 4 here in the early going.
Turnover.
Quick turnover as Sewell drops it out of bounds.
And he just dropped it. Gunner threw it to him right in his hands, and he just kind of didn't pay attention and lost it.
So Preston gets the ball back and they're on into the floors. Luke will bring it in right in front of the Century bench. Bounce pass comes to Dunn. Jump shot there by Hyde is no good. And the rebound is inside. They give it to Williams quickly into the front court. Eli down the paint. A little 12-foot runner. That's no good. Flashman grabs a hold of Ty's shoulder and almost jerks him down backwards. No call. As Preston gets it up into the front court.
Preston's got to be careful with Williams. He's a good shooter and he can get it off quick.
Yeah, we saw that at the tournament last week.
Yep.
Lob it inside to Smaley. Luke gets stripped going up. It's going to stay with Preston.
There's that post-up we talked about that Luke should be able to do most of the night with their short guards.
Yep. Sewell is 5'8". Williams is 5'7". So Luke has a definite height advantage against them. Bouncing in the corner, comes to Dunn. Comes in. Scott goes off the glass. About a 10-footer in the lane. That's no good. Took a couple of bounces off the heel of the rim and then finally bounced out. Here comes Williams back up into the front court. Williams looking for Gunter to come and get the ball, which he finally does. And the bounce pass goes out of bounds. However, it was touched by
who touched it?
I don't know.
That's why I thought they threw it right out. I don't know who touched it.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
They
I'm sitting here like, how did they get the ball back?
Tyler Jones didn't complain, so it must have been the right call.
Well, the ref was probably standing where we didn't see who touched it.
Gunter has it, top of the key, gives it to Williams. Tries to lay it off. Does. High arcing shot is no good. It's quickly the Indians get it back up into the front court again. Hyde has it on the block, turns inside, gets it Manning up in the air, then he throws it off the shin, goes to Ward for three, good.
Attaboy, Garrett, way to knock it down. I like to see that.
Garrett gets a good look at a three, Preston up 7-2 as we're under 5 minutes, 3 minutes gone, I should say, here in the first quarter. Nathan Manning into the game as it comes to Williams, now back to Sewell, back to over on the far side, it comes back to Gunter. Gunter swings it back over, that's touched by Scotty Dunn, that goes out of bounds.
Good defense. Coach Jones is telling the guys to go faster, go harder, and that's because in this press, he wants to start to get a bunch of turnovers and feels like we need a little more energy on it.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Naylor Insurance for life, home, and auto from the Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by Naylor Insurance on State Street in Preston. Sewell to Manning, top of the key. Manning goes back to Sewell. Now back to Manning again. He'll give it back over as Bruin Flashman into the game. Comes around the screen by his brother. As comes back to Manning, 15-foot jumper from straightaways, no good. Off the hands of Harris, Luke picks up the rebound, quickly back up into the front court. They try to slow it down as the defenders are back. Dunn, three-pointer from the right corner.
Boy, Scotty Dunn. Like to see that, Dan. Like to see Scott and Garrett hitting those open shots.
4:04 to play here in the first quarter, and Preston up by 8. Full-court pressure again. Good pressure put on by the Indians as they break the press. Emmett Holt has it. He'll hand it off to Bruin Fleischman right in front of the bench. Fleischman lobs it inside to his brother Titan, who has it blocked going up and not a foul. Preston stepped on the baseline.
Yeah, unfortunately we stepped on the baseline. It was a great block right there. Really good block. Preston's doing a really good job pressuring Century, and they're kind of flustered right now.
Eli Williams comes back into the game. He has the only 2 points of the game so far for Century. Sewell drives, good hands there by Cole Harris to get his hands in there and keep it from coming all the way to Titan Flashman.
Yeah, Cole anticipated that pass and did a good job, or it would have been a layup if he didn't read that right. So good job, Cole.
Andrew Gunter back into the game as Eli has to bring it in deep to Bruin Flashman. Comes back over on the far side. Free throw line extended back to Williams. Can't work a shot, so he comes back out top to Flashman. Bounces it inside in the paint. Comes to Manning. Has to get out of there before he gets the 3-second call. Sewell has it again. It's right in front of the Preston bench. In on the block to Bruin Flashman. No good. Tapped out by Luke. Goes to Harris. Back to Luke. Quickly up into the front court. That's a kick on Sewell, and the Preston get the ball back.
Yeah, it was a good idea by Luke. He had a little teeny gap there for Ty, but maybe too small of a gap.
It closed about the time you wanted to throw the pass. Yep. 3:20 to play. Preston on top. They get into Harris. Looks at a three from straight away. Banks it in.
All counts the same. He didn't call up, but it counts the same, Dan.
That's the third three of the first half for the Indians, and they lead 13-2. Sewell just can't get across the timeline. Now they get it to Manning just across the line. Manning is almost trapped in the corner. Harris out there to come and get him. Now they give it back to Eli Williams. Comes back to Bruin Flashman right in front of the Preston bench. Dribbles it back out to the top of the key. Gives it off. Gunter off the glass again.
Good drive by Drew. Goes in and kisses it soft off the glass.
So Drew Gunter gets his first 2 points of the game. It's 13-4. 2:40 to play here in the first quarter as it goes to Smiley in the left corner. Left block, Hyde. Wants to back in on Manning. Give it out to Garrett Ward. Three-pointer, takes a couple of hops off the rim, and Hyde has it, and all kinds of bodies on the floor.
They're going to call Ty Hyde over the back is what he's going to call.
And Ty caught an elbow in the side of the head.
Yep. Yeah, there was a little ruckus going on, but the most obvious call that the ref saw, I'm sure there was 6 fouls going on.
Absolutely.
But Ty being so tall over the back, it was the obvious call for the ref to make.
First team foul against the Indians. Each side now with one, and what has been a very cleanly played first quarter as Harris misses the short bunny shot, gets his own rebound, and they'll clear it back out and set up the offense again. 2:13 to play here in the first. Preston up by 9. Back to Luke, he'll pull up for a three. That's a little bit long. Hyde has the rebound inside on the left block. Wants to go back up on Manning, turns on Manning, drop step, and Hyde's going to be fouled going up.
Yeah, Ty had a couple guys on him and fought really hard to get the foul right there.
Second team foul on the D-backs.
You say that for as fast a pace as a game it's been, there's only been 2 fouls called, which you like. You like to let the kids play. Those foul-infested games are no fun.
So Hyde back to the free throw line. Ty makes the first. He's made all 3 of his free throw shots so far tonight. And tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. All available right here in the city of Preston. Ty back to the line. That one rolls in and comes out. However, Preston gets the rebound back. Back to Dunn. Three-pointer from the right side. That's going to be an air ball. Gunter has the rebound.
A couple of air balls for us tonight, uncharacteristically.
There's the student section for Century. Let's Scotty know about it.
Yep.
Williams over on the far side, left side. That goes to Bruin. Fleischman can't get a shot. He'll give it back to Emmett Holt. Back to Gunter. Free throw line extended right. One bounce dribble, takes the shot from himself. That's no good.
Oh,
Scotty Dunn
got hammered on that.
Got hammered, no call, and it's going to stay.
Yeah, Manning literally hammered Dunn with the no call there. But that's part of what they're letting them play, so going to get a little bit of that.
1:26 left here in the first. Preston up by 10. 14-4. You know, in that fourth quarter the other night against Burley, going into the quarter, Century had a big lead.
Yeah.
9 points.
Yeah.
They were outscored in the quarter as a three-pointer put up by Williams is good.
That's what we got to watch, because he'll knock that down, and we just got to get out on him.
In that fourth quarter the other night, they were outscored 16-6 and lost. Smaley up in the front court. 1:05 to play in the first. Around the screen of Ty Hyde, bumps into a man, goes off the glass and in.
Good job by Luke to keep his body control and finish.
Luke's got his first 2 points of the game. We're inside a minute to play here in the first quarter. Full court press again, traps Williams in the front court. They finally break the press, comes to Brule and Fleischman in the front court. Bad pass is picked up by Harris. Gives it off as Hammond's into the game. Gabe looks at a three. Good!
Boy, he's a good shooter, Dan. He's sure been a great spark for us.
30 seconds now to play. 19-7. Preston up by 12 here in the first quarter. It comes to Gunter, blocked by Hyde. Punch back out. It comes to Fleischman,
nice.
Blocked again by Hyde. As Smaley has it into the front court. 3-on-1, lay it off to Dunn, lay it in.
Century needs a timeout. They're going to keep playing, so.
They're going to wait for the end of the quarter.
Yeah,
it comes
that's
up
right.
in 10 seconds.
Yep.
As Holt in the backcourt gives it to Williams, bounce it up into the front court. Bruin Fleischman takes a three to beat the clock. That's no good. Rebounded in the corner. Scotty Dunn goes up and swats it out of bounds.
Bam!
Big finish in the quarter for the Indians. They lead 21-7 after one. We'll come back to the second quarter right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's time for the home tour. Brought to you by Mike Hansen with Cornerstone Real Estate.
While you're busy creating family memories this holiday season, my wish to you and your family is that your home will be cozy, your holidays will be bright, and the new year will be the best one ever. This is Mike Hansen, broker with Cornerstone Real Estate in Preston. When the time comes to buy or sell real estate, I would love the opportunity to work with you. I represent buyers and sellers in all property types, commercial, residential, and land sales or acquisitions. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Mike Hansen, Cornerstone Real Estate, 801-510-112.
The Aggies are no secret this season.
Your 2019 Mountain West Conference Tournament champions.
MWC Player of the Year Sam Merrill leads an experienced group for second-year coach Craig Smith.
Passes out of it though to Merrill. Merrill will take the three. He'll say, yes, sir. I will go ahead and take that, and I will knock that down.
Don't be surprised if the Aggies are back in the conversation for the conference title. Listen to all the action right here on the Aggie Sports Network.
This Saturday, the Aggies take on the Florida Gators. The pregame show is at 12 noon. They'll tip the game off at 12:30.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
The Aggie game after? No.
We'll start the second quarter here tonight. Preston leading 21-7 after the first quarter.
Dan, I think the refs must have a Christmas party tonight because they're not calling any fouls. They want to get out of here early. This is crazy. Some refs would have had 10 fouls each team by now.
Absolutely. As Century has the ball, as coming back across the top of the key is Emmett Holt. Comes to Williams, had 5 of the 7 points in the first quarter for the Diamondbacks. Give it back out. Holt had it. fumbled it. Comes back to Williams in the right corner. Can't get a shot. Back to Holt. He'll give it back to Gunter. Free throw line extended left. It goes to Javon Sewell. Three-pointer from the far side by Gunter. That's no good. Hammonds has the rebound. Here comes Luke quickly up into the front court. Another 3-on-2. Ward for another three. That's no good. Didn't really take much of a bounce. Sewell able to pick up the rebound when it just kind of fell on the floor to him.
Yep.
Holt up into the front court. He'll give it to Williams, who comes back across the top of the key. A minute gone here in the second.
Nice, Garrett.
Garrett got a hand on it, takes it away. Defenders are back, so he'll hopefully slow it down, pull it back out. He does. Gives it to Ty at the right elbow. Dips under Flashman and gets the hoop.
Good job, Ty. Great shot.
Ty's got 7. It's 23-7 for the Indians. Holt back up into the front court. Gunter gives it to Williams. Free throw line extended left. Back out front.
Ooh, look at the pushing.
Elbow on the block with pushes with the off.
Wow.
Misses the shot.
Elbow pushing. That ref's just letting everything go tonight, Dan.
Gunter able to put back the missed shot, but you're right.
It's just bam, right in front of the ref.
Flashman was trying to straight arm. Thought he was still playing football.
Yep.
Hyde holds the ball, top of the key, as Brett Robertson into the game for the Indians. He'll give it back to Smaley. Luke looks back. Gets the signal from Coach Jones, calls out the play to the rest of the teammates. Right corner goes to Ward. Hyde at the right elbow, drives, goes high off the glass and in.
Good job, Ty. He's really picking them apart. Fleshman just isn't quick enough to keep up with Ty.
He's big, but you're right. He's not quick enough.
He's not quick enough with his footwork to keep up with Ty's moves.
Sewell bounces it down to Flashman. Blocked by Hyde. Controlled by Hyde. Gives it off to Smaley. Luke on the run, back up into the front court. Gets to the top of the key. He'll back it back out, and he'll set the offense up again. Robertson comes out to lay a pick. Luke goes around it. Back out top. Whoops, tried to get it to Hammond. Off his hands, it goes to Ward. They get it into Hyde at the left block. Turns, looks at Flashman. Flashman reaches in, pokes it away. Ty gets it back, swinging around to Hammond. Now Robertson back up at the right elbow. He'll give it back to Luke, who now will slow it down again. 5:10 to play here in the first half. 25-9, Preston on top. Flashman again, all of his weight pushes Ty. Rebound missed inside of the Robertson gets the rebound, puts it back.
Yeah, they're just hammering Ty with no calls. It's crazy.
Timeout on the floor called by the Diamondbacks. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsize, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Up, but
yeah, that's my fear. Is all of a sudden the referees will do a complete 180.
I hate it when they do that. The kids get used to playing like that. I mean, this Fleshman, he would have 5 fouls by now.
Oh yeah,
easy. He'd be gone if they were calling him.
Full court pressure for the Indians as Century gets it in. Williams in the backcourt. Gives it off to Holt. He gets cut off, goes back to Williams. Got to hurry. Gets it up. Finally, Gunter has it over along the far sidelines. Whips it across down low to Holt, who gets the layup and a blocking foul on Robertson.
There they call it just like that. But I mean, it was a foul, but
Ty will come back in. Cole Harris comes back in. Hammonds and Robertson will go to the bench. So here's Emmett Holt. Go to the free throw line. Try to make a free throws here. He will shoot one, trying to complete the three-point play. He had 4 points the other night in the loss against Burley. Free throw is good. So he has 3 points here in the first half, 27-12. Preston leads by 15. Dunn in the right corner. Swing it back out top to Harris. 15-footer. Needs a bounce, won't get it. But that's going to be against Ty.
Yeah, that's 2 on Ty.
And here we go. It's already changed.
Yep. Well, but this is the thing, Dan. They're letting him go, so all of a sudden Ty does stuff like that. Now they start calling it. So, and coaches, I thought that was, I thought he got an over the back call.
Well, yeah, but they just call it out of bounds because they didn't charge him with that foul earlier in the first half.
That's good.
He's
only got 1 then.
So he's only got 1.
Okay.
Williams, Sewell, they swing it all the way around. Manning gives it back off as it comes to Flashman. Now back out top to Sewell. Flashman free throw line extended left. Wants to drive. Gets a good look at Ty Hyde, so he gives it off to Williams instead. Williams will take the 3. That's no good. Scott Dunn up high to get the rebound. Manning nothing he could do. Now they get it back down low again on the left block. It goes back to Hyde. Backs it on Manning. Manning takes a dive. Ty lays it in.
Yeah, Manning tried to flop, but the ref isn't going to go for that.
Ty should probably learn that lesson now.
Yeah.
As he likes to do that same type of thing, but not that blatant.
Yep.
Up into the front court. Brewer and Flashman give it back to Williams. Swing it over in the right corner. Holt tries to drive, cut off there by Garrett Ward. Sewell now back to Holt again. Comes around the screen. As he'll swing it back to Williams. Bruin Flashman gets it back inside to Manning at the left elbow. Shoots over Ty. Good.
Good shot by Manning right there over Hyde.
Nice touch.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. He did good.
29-14. Preston on top. As Smaley has it. Get it down on the left block to Ty again. Backdoor cut to Harris for the easy layup.
Nice job. Kind of draws the defense, then hits Cole back the door. That was good.
3 minutes to play in the first half. 31-14. Preston has a 16-point advantage, and that's going to be a reach in on Cole.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing they weren't calling the first quarter.
First on Cole, second on the team. Each side with 2. Luke Smaley. Luke just came back into the game. I thought Luke was in the game the whole time.
It was Hammonds that came in.
Hammonds just came back in. That's going to be a kick on Luke.
Yep.
Luke does his best Ken Dryden impersonation and kicks that puck clear of the crease.
There you go.
There's my hockey reference for the night.
We had one last game too, didn't we?
Yeah, we tried to sneak one in every now and then. Comes back to Manning. Manning back out top to Sewell. Goes as that went to punt the Bruin. Flashman took kind of a weird bounce, and he lost control of it and went out of bounds.
Forgot to take the ball with him.
2:39 to play now here in the first. Preston enjoying a comfortable lead, but don't get too comfortable with it. They got to run on him somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Inside to Hyde, and Ty's hammered, trying to go up and catch that little lob pass. It'll be Preston ball underneath. It's not a shooting foul.
Yeah. He was shooting. It was a lob.
I thought he said that was going to be out of bounds.
No, he caught it. There were 4 Century Diamondbacks on Tide when he lobbed that.
Yeah. See, they're saying it's.
Are they?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. There were 4 guys that came right in him on there.
Foul goes against Manning. That's his second. Third on the team. So they'll line up across the baseline. Smaley gets it into Ty. They kind of got lost underneath there. They lost Ty, and he has 13 in the first half. 33-14. Preston with a good lead. Williams up into the front court, comes to Bruin Flashman. He has it at the right elbow, just about lost it again. Sewell with a 3 from the left side. That's no good. Hammonds has the rebound. Gets it up to Smaley in the front court. Luke wants to go right down the middle. Kick it back to Hammonds. 3 from the right side. No good. The long rebound comes back out. Now they get it back underneath to Dunn again. He'll go underneath the arms of Flashman. Foul.
Yeah, Flashman's like, he's like, I got him.
Flashman's hot. He didn't think he fouled him. You know what? I think he's got a case.
He's lucky he'd only have 2 fouls, to be honest with you. I think he'll probably just stay in right now, I guess. I don't know.
2 more free throws here for Ty. He's made 3 out of 4 so far tonight. And the first one is good. Ty with 14 here in the first half. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. Stokes Market True Value on State Street in Preston. Ty will shoot the second free throw. That one rattles around but falls in. He makes them both. He's made 5 out of 6 so far tonight. He's going to come to the bench with 2 minutes to play. 35-14, Preston leads here in the first half. Holt cut off, comes to Sewell, lost it.
That's our ball.
That should be ours. Nope.
Oh, well, I guess we couldn't see his foot, but it sure looked like he just dribbled it off his own foot.
That's what I thought too, but he must have said it went off of Luke's foot.
It probably hit his foot, yeah.
They get it back to Williams, and they get the ball back in bounds. Gunter, top of the key. Robertson back into the game. Give it back to Williams for another 3 is good.
Yeah, that's been their best offense, is him just jacking it up from deep.
He's got 14.
Yep.
Check that. I say he's got 8, I should say, not 14.
Yeah.
Dunn, 3 of his own. That's good.
Yeah, he buried that to answer right back. Good job, Scott.
Scott's got a pair of 3s here in the first half with 1:15 to play. Williams goes back to Holt. Boy, tough pressure defense by the Indians so far, picking him up full court. Comes back to Flashman. He'll give it back now to Holt. Holt letting the clock run as he comes back across the top of the key. Comes back to Williams, free throw line extended right. Trying to direct traffic. Bruin Flashman about runs over Hammonds as Williams takes it all the way to the hole. Wild shot, no good. Then Williams commits a foul.
Yeah, kind of a frustration foul like you see. But, hey, Preston's defense tonight has been awesome. I mean, if it wasn't for the, 2 or 3 downtowns that Williams had, 2 long ones I know.
He's got 2.
You take those 2 away, and I mean, they got 11 points in this game.
Yep.
And we were guarding. I mean, that was downtown. So really good defense by the Indians.
Referees have to take a second to catch their breath because they're running up and down just as fast as the players are.
Yep.
So Smaley will walk the ball across midcourt. Less than a minute to play now here in the first half. Comes to Dunn. Scotty looks at a 3. That's no good. It was long. The ball is loose. Hammonds dives on it. Robertson dives on it. And it's going to be a held ball that's going to go back to Preston.
Yeah, good hustle there by everybody to get on that.
So
Dunn thought he got fouled on that 3, but they didn't call it.
It's one of those 3-point shots where somebody kind of breathes on you a little bit and you just kind of lay down.
Yeah, exactly.
34.9 left here in the first half. Preston leads by 21. I think that is a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Ball comes into Smaley. He'll let the clock run. Bring it across the midcourt stripe with 26 seconds to play in the half. He'll let the clock run as he works the ball against Sewell. Out near the midcourt stripe. Someone's eventually going to start to come and help him as they're down to 15 now. Now down to 13 on the clock. Now finally it's Hyde who pops out. Hammonds has it along the right side.
There's a reach.
Has poked it away. Get it back to Smaley all the way for the slam dunk.
Attaboy, Luke. Way to do it with force.
And that's the end of the first half as Preston really punctuates the first half lead with the dunk by Luke Smaley, and they go off to halftime leading 40-17 here after the first half. Stay tuned for the Ralph Construction halftime report. That's coming up right after this timeout.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
COACH. 5 letters synonymous with leadership and encouragement. A person who cares about your success in athletics, but even more about your success in life. Hear from the coach right here on the Coach Craig Smith Show.
The Coach Craig Smith Show, live from the new Chicago Pizza location in Logan. Monday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH. Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
The Halftime Report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
A wild, wide open, rough at times first half, but Preston comes away and certainly puts on a show in the first half.
It was crazy. I teased the officials a little bit at half that they maybe had a Christmas party to get to because they were calling nothing for a while. But Harding came up to me and said, well, both of those guys are both shoving each other. We could foul them both out or let them play. I'll let them play. I said, thank you. And really, you know, I mean, you can foul both of them out anytime you could. But fun game. You know, Preston's defense is definitely the story, just stifling defense, leading to some pretty easy buckets. And then Ty Hyde just picking apart with his good footwork up and under and just really scoring at will.
Good defense. I think you hit it right on the head. Good defense to the tune of Century only shooting one free throw in the first half, and that was part of a three-point play.
Yeah, and when you're not really going in and have the ability to penetrate around our defense, you're not going to draw foul shots because you're either getting the ball turned over or shooting kind of a longer shot.
So Preston leads 40-17 here after the first half of play. Normally I'd kind of go, okay, well here's the people who are in foul trouble. Nobody, zero, because they didn't call any fouls in the first half.
And we thought Ty had two, but they didn't call that over the back. They just called it out of bounds over there. So, yeah, the only guy I can think of is Fleshman's got two for them.
Fleshman has two for them, and Nathan Manning has two for them.
Yep.
Nobody has Preston has more than one, and they can only call 3 fouls against Preston in the first half.
Man, I love it.
So Preston kind of sitting pretty, but you kind of hit the nail on the head. What happens when they flip 180 degrees and start calling everything?
Well, we'll see. I kind of think they'll probably call. These guys are just good refs. These guys have been around a long time. And I kind of think they'll just kind of call it the same way the second half a little bit.
Well, we'll find out coming up in just a little bit. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and look at the stat sheet next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Having your prescriptions refilled has never been easier. You can refill 24/7, set reminders, save medications, and access your account from the new My Community Pharmacy mobile app offered by Preston Drug. It's simple to use and it's simple to get. Log on to prestondrug.com and enter your mobile number. We'll send you the app. It's as simple as that. There are some things in life that have been made easier through technology. This is one of them. The app offered by Preston Drug is a quick and easy way to refill medications and promote a healthy lifestyle. Visit prestondrug.com.
The holidays are a special time, filled with delicious meals, savory meats, desserts, candies, and hot apple cider. The team at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston wish you and yours a delicious holiday season filled with happiness. Visit us today for all the ingredients for your special recipes. Shop the wide selection of holiday gifts for everyone on your list. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. We thank you for your patronage.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money, closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
KACH.
Welcome back. We are at halftime. Preston leads 40-17. Let's look at the stats from the first half. First for the Century Diamondbacks, Jovan Sewell played but did not score. Eli Williams had 8, including a pair of three-pointers. Emmett Holt had 3. Bruin Fleischman did not score. Nathan Manning had 2. Drew Gunter had a total of 4 in the first half. And Titan Flashman had 0 points and a couple of fouls. Century shot 1 free throw in the first half, and they made that. For the Preston Indians, Ty Hyde with a big first half. He had 15 points. He was 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. Scott Dunn had 8. Luke Smaley with 4. Cole Harris had 5 in the first half. Garrett Ward made a three-pointer into the first half with 3. Likewise for Gabe Hammonds, finished the first half with 3. And Rhett Robertson had 2. Preston, who was coming off their best free throw shooting night of the year last game against Shelley, where they made 23 of 33 free throw attempts in that game. They made 5 out of 6 in the first half here tonight, Ron.
Yeah, they did a good job on the foul shot side. And, of course, the story of this first half offensively really was Ty Hyde. I mean, he just, like we talked about, he scored at will tonight. And Dunn hit some good shots. Gabe came in and did what he did. Luke got some plays to the basket. And Garrett hit an open 3. And so just an all-around good first half offensively. We scored 40 points.
We hit enough threes to where they can't pack it in on Ty. They have to be honest and come out and respect that shooting over the top of the zone.
And he didn't really even kick it out. I mean, there were times when he had 2 or 3 guys on him that he still scored. I mean, That's what's amazing. He could have kicked it out to 3 or guys, wide open, and we didn't have to do that. So it's been a good half.
First half has been, the halftime report's been brought to you by Ralph Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community in Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. 435-232-1837. Stay with us. The second half is coming up next.
What's up, brother?
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
In the good old days, you did business with people who treated you well, had a firm handshake, and looked you in the eye. At West Motor here in Preston and Logan, that's the way we did it. Since then, we've grown and added technology, but we didn't leave the good stuff out. We still offer a free car wash when you're in for service. We offer quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles. We look you in the eye when we give you our no-charge lifetime powertrain warranty, and we finish every deal with a firm handshake. The good old days were good, and these days are good too. We know, we've been here all along. Visit West Motor today.
West Motor Company.com.
It's the end of a long day, and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston, with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
Third quarter just underway. Preston leads, and Eli Williams takes a 3 right from jump to start the quarter number 3. And that's going to be out of bounds as Holt not able to save it, and it goes back over to Preston. 40-17. They outscored them by 9 in the second quarter, by 14 in the first.
Wow.
Back door to Ward. Lost it, and they have to go pick it up, and he ended up, I think the ball bounced on the baseline.
I think the pass was just a little bit too hard, and then he just couldn't quite handle it there.
Yeah, you're right. So Williams gets the inbound pass. He'll bring it back up into the front court here for Century. Doubles back, gets it up to Fleischman, back to Williams. Casts up another three, in and out, stays out. Williams has the rebound down to Guntner, who puts it back in.
Yeah, right place at the right time there.
Drew Guntner able to put it back as inside. That's a foul on Fleischman. It'll be 3.
Oh, is that on him? That's his third?
It's he was standing in that area.
No, I call that 20.
They're going to call it on Guntner. That'll be his first.
Yep. That'll give Scott Dunn 2 foul shots there, Dan.
He'll become the first Indian other than Ty Hyde to shoot free throws tonight.
Yeah.
Ty was 5 out of 6 in the first half. So here's Scotty Dunn as the first one is good. Scott so far this year, 79%. Came into the game 19 out of 24, so you can bump those numbers up by 1. And he's averaging right at 13.5 points a game. Scotty makes them both. He has 10 in the game, and Preston now leads 42-7-19. As
Luke just about got a steal there.
Off of Luke, so ball belonged to the Diamondbacks just over the timeline as they get it into Sewell. Sewell tries to cross over on Luke. Now he'll give it back to Holt. Free throw line extended right. Forces his way through a double team back to Williams. Comes back to Sewell. Free throw line extended left this time. Boy, Ty's way out away from the basket. Flashman calling for the ball. They can't get it there. And that pass is deflected by Dunn out of bounds.
Another good defensive stand by the Indians where they're just in the passing lanes. They're facing them. Dunn right there to prevent that pass over the middle.
So Williams will bring it in underneath his own hoop. 1 minute gone here in the third quarter. Gives it to Sewell. Back to Williams. Drives. Ty comes across and swats the little man shot into the next area code.
Yeah, the little guy just didn't have a chance there with Big Ty coming in.
That's almost criminal.
Yeah.
Ty at 6'7".
Yeah.
As Williams at 5'7".
5'7". Yep. And I think 5'7" is liberal for him.
Yeah, I think so too. Holt gives it off. Guntner drives. As that's going to be offense. Ty able to stand in and take one.
Yeah, definitely offensive. Ty held his ground.
That's going to be 2 on Drew Guntner.
Good job by Ty to just take it. You know, when the guys are going to come in that hard, if you just stand there, those refs will call it, and they did.
That's 2 fouls against Century in the first minute and 18 seconds of the quarter. As it comes to Ward right in front of the Preston bench. Williams right inside his shirt, so he'll give it back to Smaley out near the midcourt stripe. Smaley with the left-hand dribble against Sewell. Comes around the screen, and Fleischman and Hyde were locked up.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Fleischman.
Yes, they do. That's 3 on him. Fleischman tried to deny him, trying to set the pick, and was all over him.
He slid over and got him like that with that angle, and that's where he got the foul.
So Fleischman will leave. Nathan Manning with 2 fouls will come back in. They get it into Hyde, top of the key. Fakes the handoff. Stops at the right elbow. It's Harris with a 3, no good. Smaley's got the rebound, tries to lay it off to Hyde. It's off his hands, taken by Holt. Holt's cut off, so he'll give it off to Williams up into the front court. Defenders are back, so Williams will back the ball back out again. Tries to go right on Dunn, comes around the screen by Manning. Gunter from the left.
Good shot. Good shot by Drew.
That's a three-pointer from the left side by Drew. He has 9 and a timeout called by the Indians. Preston takes a timeout. We'll be right back right after this 30-second timeout.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com. KACH.
Preston ball after the timeout. They'll bring it in from right here in front of us. 42-22. Lead is 20. As Coach Jones wanted a timeout, Century's outscored him here in the third quarter in the first minute and 2 minutes and 9 seconds by a 5-2 count.
Yeah. Yep.
So you want to just stem the tide here a little bit and call
got it
timeout.
within 20, right?
So Luke has it, gets it in to Dunn. Back out top to Harris, swing it over to Ward. On the left side, it goes down there to Luke, drives the baseline, kick it back out to Dunn, swing it back to Scotty, takes his own three, no good. Rebound is off to Bruin Fleischman.
That was good ball rotation right there by the Indians, though.
Get up in the front court to Manning. Doesn't want to drive on Ty. He's got a couple of fouls on his own as well. As Fleischman has it, threw it away. Tried to get it the backdoor pass to Gunter, but Dunn was there to pick it off. Front court up to Smaley, lay it off to
nice
Dunn,
pass.
goes up, foul. That's going to be on Gunter.
Yep.
And that's going to be 2-3 on him.
That's 3 on Gunter. That's huge for
No,
us.
they didn't call it on him. They called it on Manning. Either way, it's 3 on him too.
Yeah, yep.
So 2 out of their 3 big men have 3 fouls, and the other one has 2.
Yep.
And Ty goes back to the free throw line to try a couple of more. First one, no good.
Just off the mark.
Tonight's game brought to you by Inland Bowl Grill. Inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. Ask about their catering options as well. Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins in Preston. Ty goes back to the free throw line to try his 8th of the night. Makes that. He's made 6 out of 8 so far. He has 16. That's going to be tapped out of bounds by Garrett Ward.
Good hustle there. We had a steal right there. Good job by Garrett and the Indians.
5:13 to play in quarter number 3. The lead back out to 21 points again for the Indians as they get it back up into the front court. Sewell has it, 2-on-1. Hyde, he goes around Hyde, foul on Ty. See, here we go. Everything's changed.
Yep.
That's 2 on Ty. First team foul of the half called against the Indians.
Soul just kind of went airborne, and Ty kind of stood his ground there, but they caught him.
So Javon Soul went scoreless in the first half, did not score in the game against Burley either. And first free throw is no good. He'll get one more. After tonight, Preston's off for a week from tomorrow, and they'll be at Logan to take on the Grizzlies next week.
In the Grizzly Den. My alma mater.
Soul makes that his first point of the game, 43-23. And Soul then draws a silly foul in the backcourt.
Yeah, I think Luke sold that a little bit. Soul thought he did anyway. But that's what you do, right?
That's right. Sold his soul for the foul.
Sold his soul. Oh.
As Garrett finally gets it into Scott Dunn against Holt. Oh boy, is that a double dribble? Sure looked like it. Scotty all the way to the basket, lays it in.
He's like, you're going to put the pressure on us, we'll just take it right to the hoop.
Comes back, and they come back with pressure of their own. After Dunn makes the layup, Scott now with a dozen. They get it up in the front court, and Scott Dunn knocks the pass away as they try to get it to Bruin Fleischman.
Good defense there by the Indians. They're just all over everything tonight.
So Drew Gunter will bring it in right in front of the Preston bench. 4:42 to play here in quarter number 3 as we approach the midway point in the quarter. It comes to Williams. Up into the front court, back to Soul. Now back to Holt. Swing it back to Williams. We'll go ahead and take that 3. See if you get that one.
Yeah, go for that one.
Gunter wants to drive, comes down the paint, lay it up and in. Got it around his buddy Luke.
Yeah, he's just a good athlete, Andrew.
As we mentioned earlier in the game, signed a letter of intent on Tuesday to play football at Idaho State. Congratulate him for that.
Wow, look at Ty down there just getting manhandled.
Bruin Fleischman is now wrestling Ty like he's a bear. As it comes to Smaley. Inside to Ty. Gets Bruin up in the air. No foul, but he gets the basket instead.
Harding just lets it go. He's like, I'm not calling that.
Why not? You're calling everything else so far here in the second half. As Williams has it again. Full court pressure put on by the Indians. To Holt, back to Williams. Bounce pass comes to Fleischman. Back to Holt, looks at a three, and then the Euro step around a couple of guys and a cheap foul inside.
Yeah, Euro step or a travel.
Yeah, either one.
Yeah. Gonna give him 2 shots on that. That was.
Foul's gonna on Luke. That's just his first, second team foul against the team. And at the line, Emmett Holt to shoot his second free throw. He's 2 for 2 from the line tonight, and he has 4 points. Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. 47-26, Preston up 21. Second one by Holt is good.
Yeah, Century, they're coming out in their own full court press, just thinking we better do something too.
Got to try to do something to get the ball back, because time's ticking away. There's only 11 and a half minutes left in the game.
Yep.
As Smaley has it out near the timeline, he'll let the clock run a little bit, being a little deliberate here. Swing it over in the corner to Dunn. It's off Scotty's hands and out of bounds. Kind of a wild pass by Scott, one-handed.
It was Luke.
By Luke, I should say.
I think he was trying to throw it to Coach Jones, maybe. Coach Jones would have shot it.
Then Dunn got his hands in the way.
Yeah, just kind of got away from him a little bit.
So a turnover charged against the Indians. Ball comes back to the D-backs. Soul can't get it across the timeline. Gives it to Gunter. A bounce pass inside as it comes to Schultz. First time into the game. His shot's no good. Gets the rebound inside. Goes back up. It's Bruin Fleischman with the easy putback. Has his first 2 points of the game. Preston up in the front court. Hammond's just into the game. Three-pointer from the left corner is good.
Man, he's just money on those. That was a great initial pass by Luke to Ty, and then a great read by Ty out to the side.
Hammond is averaging 11.5 points a game.
Yep.
And most of those are off of threes.
Yep, that's his thing.
Schultz drives, gets cut off there by Ty. Back to Bruin. Fleischman, the three of his own is good.
There they go. Kind of answering back and forth here a little bit.
He has 5, hits his first 3 of the game. No pressure this time as Smaley will bring the ball up the court. Up and goes to Hammond's free throw line, extended left. Down in the corner now to Smaley, lob it inside to Hyde.
Not a lot they can do about that.
Nope.
Good pass and good finish.
Haven't done a whole lot with that tonight. In fact, that's 20 points now for Ty.
Oh, yeah.
High pass. Holt had to go and get it, and then now they're going to call a timeout.
Yep.
Does the Century coaching staff, so timeout on the floor. We'll take it here as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
52-32. Now remember, Ron, Century had 17 points at halftime. And they have 32 points now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're hitting a few shots and kind of playing a little bit better, a lot better on offense.
They're starting to get back into the ball game a little bit.
Yep.
But Preston still leads by 20. Holt pinned up against the sidelines, gives it off there. Williams for 3, no good. Long bounce comes off to High. Get ahead to Smaley. Luke ahead of the pack. Slam dunk. Oh. And then he goes down, but he's okay.
Yep.
So Williams back up into the front court. 1:42 to play here in quarter number 3. As the Indians kind of settle into a 2-3 zone, just daring to shoot over the top. Holt with a long 3, no good. Rebound inside to Harris. Quickly
nice
up the floor, back to Hyde for the easy layup.
That's just pretty to watch. Luke to Dunn to Ty. Just no dribbles, just boom, boom, boom.
Exactly. That ball never touched the floor. I should say Ty has 22. That's a new season high for any member of the Indians.
That's one of the good characteristics of this team is how they get the ball down in transition quick to get easy baskets.
They work on that every day. First thing in practice.
Yep.
Ball never touches the floors. They take it down the floors. Ball tapped out of bounds.
There's a faster way to move it than a pass.
That's right.
No, they've done well at that. In fact, last game, remember there was 3 or 4 consecutive times when Luke threw it down to Dunn for a layup. That's easy baskets.
58 seconds to play in the quarter. Williams to Holt, another 3, good again.
That's the only thing keeping them in the game, Dan, is they're just launching some long threes because they can't work it in.
Well, they can't just exchange baskets. They have to try to do that.
Yep.
Dunn with the 3 of his own, no good. Gunter has the rebound.
At a certain point in the fourth quarter, we'll want to slow the pace down a little bit.
Gunter all the way, and that's going to be off of Preston, or a foul on Preston. Nope, they're going to call a foul on Luke.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I don't either. So they call Luke across the hand. That's 2 for Luke. That's 5 team fouls, however, against the Indians here in the first half. Remember, they only had 3 total at halftime, or in the first half. As Holt down the lane, runs into Smaley, offense or defense, blocking foul, count the basket. That's 3 on Smaley. Holt's going to go back to the free throw line to shoot one more. He had a 3-point play in the first half, and he's going to try to complete one here as Garrett Ward's going to come back in. He's going to come back in for Luke Smaley.
Yeah, they'll get him out and give him some rest here anyway.
But the thing is, the referee you talked to, that's not the ones who have changed their calling pattern.
No.
So here's Emmett Holt to shoot the free throw. It's good. His second 3-point play of the night. He has 11 in the game. They double team Ward in the backcourt. Ball's loose. Harris has to go and get it. He able to get it back to Garrett. Garrett hustles the ball up in the front court to Scott Dunn. Dunn down the middle, off the glass is in.
Great job, Scott. He just goes down and breaks down the defense and finishes.
Dunn's got 14, 13 seconds to play in the quarter. Williams with it, will hang on to it. Brings the ball back out to the top. I'm not sure they know the clock. It's down to 5, 4,
Doesn't look like it, but
3.
We won't say anything.
Gunter wants to drive in the paint, kick it off in the corner, and a foul, a whistle offensive with a half a second to play in the quarter. As the offensive foul is going to go against Gunter, and that's 3 on him.
Good makeup there, call. It was good.
So just get the ball in and sit on it like a mother hen would guard a chick, guard an egg.
Go to the fourth quarter.
And take it to the fourth quarter, as that's exactly what Garrett does. He lets it fly, but it's well over the top of the backboard as we are done with 3 quarters. Preston leads by 20, 58-38. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll go there right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below 0. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH.
Other games tonight, the freshman team pick up a 69-45 win, and the JVs win 70-42. And the varsity leads by 20 as we start the fourth. As Preston has the ball, Ty Hyde back into the game. Smaley has in the corner, comes baseline, kicks it back out top to Ward. Garrett takes a 3. Good.
Yes. Attaboy, Garrett. Good to see him hit a couple tonight, Dan.
With his second 3 of the game, he has 6, and the lead's out to 23. 61-38. Even though Century outscored them in the third quarter, 21-18. Try to get back into the game a little bit. Bruin Fleischman hands it off to Manning. Down low as Titan Fleischman has the layup.
Yeah,
believe it or not, that's his first 2 points of the game.
Well, we kind of got lost there, Dan, on defense and lost the big guy.
All three of their big men inside have 3 fouls. Smaley looks inside, nothing there. Rhett Robertson just back into the game. Top of the key, can't decide to shoot.
Rhett's
or
like,
pass.
I'm not going to shoot that. I think I'll pass it.
He shoots that, they'd pay him. As the ball's intercepted by Bruin Fleischman, pushes it up into the front court. To throw it behind Soul. Javon did a good job to keep it from going out of bounds. Back to Fleischman, swing it back to Manning. Thought about giving it to Williams. Now he'll put the ball on the floor a couple of different times. Now wants to drive on Robertson. Almost carried the ball.
Yeah, it looked like a carry.
Bruin Fleischman will take a 3. That's no good. Long rebound. Ward's laying on Williams, and Williams finally able to get to the ball. And then a reach-in foul. Or is that going to be against Hammonds for a push?
It's got to be on Hammonds because Ty had all ball. Yeah.
It is against Gabe.
Yep.
That's his first. Team 6th. So with 6:38 to play in the fourth, the Indians are out of fouls. So free throws the rest of the way here for the Diamondbacks. If it becomes close. Williams drives in the paint. Can't get a shot. Kicks it off to Bruin Fleischman. Puts one bounce dribble, goes back to Williams. Back on top of the key. Long 3. No good. Up high. It's Smaley. Luke had it and it was poked away by Sewell out of bounds. Luke can't believe they gave it back to the Indians. Oh, now they changed it.
Yeah, I think the other. No, they gave it to the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, they changed it. They gave it to the Indians, then he changed it. Timeout on the floor. Okay. Fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home in Preston. In your time of need, you need professionals with true compassion. That is Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. 21-point lead. You know, it's been that since, a few minutes into the second quarter. It's been hovering right around 20. Yeah. Never really lower than about 19 or 18 points at any point.
And we talked about our keys of the game, and Ty Hyde has stayed out of foul trouble, and Preston has done what they do. They've pressed them. They've caused turnovers. They've played our game. We've got Ty inside. We've got Dunn and Garrett. Everybody's shooting. And, we've dictated really the game, and that's why we're up by 21.
They met 3 times last year. The home teams won both the games on their floor, and they met at State as well, and Preston won that game.
Yeah, I remember that. We played them at State in the second round, if I remember, at semis, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
As Manning back to Soul. Free throw line extended right. That goes to Bruin Fleischman. Back out top to Manning. Takes a 3 over Ty. That's no good. Fleischman has the rebound, and a pushing foul away from the ball is going to go against who?
Rhett, I think.
Are they call that on Robertson?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That's going to be free throws coming up.
Kind of caught Rhett pushing him somehow. I didn't quite see it from my angle.
So Titan Fleischman's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Both sides out of fouls now, as each side has 6 here in the half, and they're not going to give it to him. They're going to.
Well, I thought it was a foul.
It was.
It should have been the 7th one.
It should have been the 7th foul. They didn't record it. They didn't put the team foul up on the board. It cost them free throws. As Guntner able to put it back in. Gunter has 13. Dunn and Harris will come back in. Smaley drives, gets it off to Robertson, gets a man on his back, and they're going to shot.
Yeah.
Foul on the floor. So it's going to, but it's still, if they put this one on the board like they're supposed to, it should be 1 and 1 for Rhett. Foul is going to go on Drew Guntner. That's his 4th.
Yeah, it's 1 and 1. They got it there.
I can't believe that's the second time I've seen that happen this year.
What's that?
That there's a 7th foul
they
against
don't
the team,
call it.
and they don't call it.
Yeah.
They don't award the free throws.
Yeah.
So here's Rhett Robertson.
Attaboy, Rhett.
Makes the first.
Good job.
Remember, he missed the first 3 games of the year, sitting out with that knee injury. So that was only his 3rd free throw he has shot this year. And he's
only
made
3 games? Is that all he missed?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was back for the tournament.
Good.
He makes them both. He's made 3 out of 4 on the year.
Good touch by the big guy.
His first 2 points of the game. 63-42. 21-point advantage for the Indians with 5:40 to play. Full court press once again. Comes to Williams. Back to Soul. Up in the front court. They give it back to Bruin Fleischman from the left elbow. That's no good. High bouncer. It takes another bounce off the rim. Hyde has the rebound ahead to Dunn. Scotty all the way lays it in.
Good job, Scotty. Nobody's going to catch him.
Scotty's got 16. That ties what he had against Shelley in the last game. And the full court pressure again put on. That bad pass. And Soul's got to go chase it, and he can't reel it in.
Yep.
Another turnover.
Are you kind of careless there a little bit?
Are you surprised with a 23-point lead that we're still running the full court press?
A little bit, and I'm actually not surprised we're up 20. I kind of thought we could run away with this game a little bit, but I think Coach is just conditioning them, trying to keep that going. I mean, this is one of the strategies this team does is when you press like that, it takes the offense on the other team completely out of their game.
Smaley in the corner. Kicks it back out to Dunn. Now, what do we got now? A foul against Soul.
They've been doing that all night, and they finally called it. Yeah, Fleischman. He and Ty.
That's 4 on Fleischman. As they away from the ball, that wild forearm shiver by Titan Fleischman, they finally called it.
Yeah, he and Ty have been going at it most of the game.
So here's Ty back to the free throw line, shooting the 1-and-1. Needs a bounce, won't get it.
Good job,
Rebound inside to Harris with the layup.
Good putback, Cole. Great job.
Ball's loose, taken away by Harris. Goes back up, offense, no basket.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's too bad we don't have the little circle rule under the basket because that wouldn't have been an offensive foul. He was within the circle.
He was right. He would have been right underneath the basket. Absolutely good. That's a good call by you. As Soul gives it back to Williams. Back to Soul, just out of the reach of that size 13 of Cole Harris. He gets it back up into the front court, driving all the way. Williams wild off the glass. Fleischman wild off the glass. They missed them both. Here comes Luke, 2-on-1. Lay it off to Dunn. Lay it up and in.
Good job. Great job by the Indians. Looking good.
Scotty's got 18. They're up by 17, 69-42. 4:20 to play. As we're going to get all kinds of. We're going to get basically a hockey line change in here.
Jump ball, good.
The jump ball is called. Hammonds, Robertson, Hess, and Palmer all into the game. Hess and Palmer coming in for the first time as Smaley, Ward, Harris, and Hyde all leave.
Good game for Preston so far.
A lot of good hand for those guys as they leave, too. There's a lot of people who made the hour's drive over from Preston for the game here.
Yep.
Bruin, Fleischman with a long 3 is good.
He's kept him in it.
And a timeout, full timeout called. 69-45 as Fleischman makes his second 3 of the night. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one here as well. We'll be right back.
ACH, mylocalradio.com.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH. KACH.
First and goal. 3 minutes to go. We got the ball. First and goal. Down 4.
Utah State has the ball. First and goal with 3 minutes left. They trail 44-40. You know, Ron, that last game at Shelley, Preston set season highs for points in a game, margin of victory, free throws attempted, and free throws made. Now, most of those are going to be a little bit too far out of reach, and the margin of victory they're not going to get either. But they can still set a new season high for points scored in a game. They have 69 points now. In that game at Shelley the other night.
75 the season high?
78.
78
is the 77 is the season high.
Okay.
That's what they had the other night against Shelley. Here comes Dunn. Lays it off to Hess. Hess had the shot, may have been partially deflected. Williams has it back up into the front court for the Diamondbacks. 3:50 to play in the game. They settle into another 2-3 zone, and Hammonds gets a foot on it. And he'd be out of bounds.
He did his best soccer impression there and got the stop, but they did call the kick.
Nice play there by Pele.
Yeah. Oh, we even have a soccer mention now. Hockey, soccer?
That's about as deep as I go right there.
That's it.
Gunter works the ball back across the top of the key. In the right corner, it goes to Holt. Back out top to Gunter. Gunter goes back to Holt, tries another long three of his own.
Yeah, that's their best offense this half. Just let him launch it.
Holt's got 14 on a couple of threes tonight. 69-48, 21-point lead. Hammonds looks inside as Flashman is fronting Robertson, so it goes to Smaley. Free throw line extended left. Trying to get it to Hammonds, nothing there. Back to Dunn. Hess has it, now out to Hammonds on the right side. Now back out top to Smaley again. They're just going to run the offense and work the clock. 3 minutes exactly to play in the game. 21-point lead here tonight for the Indians. Looking to go to 7-1 on the year, 2-0 in conference. Lob it inside, try to get it to Hess. Off his hands, picked up by Williams. Here comes Eli back up into the front court. He'll give it back to Holt. Hit a three from there a moment ago. Now Williams will take it and make it from the right side. And we thought we were going to see the last of these guys, but now they're going to come back. Hyde's going to come back in as the timeout is called here, a full timeout. We'll sneak another one in here as well. We'll come back. We'll bring you the rest of the game without commercial interruption right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's time for the home tour. Brought to you by Mike Hansen with Cornerstone Real Estate.
While you're busy creating family memories this holiday season, my wish to you and your family is that your home will be cozy, your holidays will be bright, and the new year will be the best one ever. This is Mike Hansen, broker with Cornerstone Real Estate in Preston. When the time comes to buy or sell real estate, I would love the opportunity to work with you. I represent buyers and sellers in all property types, commercial, residential, and land sales or acquisitions. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Mike Hansen, Cornerstone Real Estate, 801-510-112.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Mike Hansen is one of those guys who made the trip up here to Preston, to Pocatello tonight to watch the game. He's with us here tonight.
Good deal.
2:37 to play, 69-51. Preston on top. They have the ball under full court pressure in the backcourt. Hammonds gives it to Smaley. Luke takes it on the run, comes up the far sideline, tries to split the double team, knocked away, and they take it away. Williams has it in the backcourt. Quickly comes up the floor, underneath to Manning. His shot's going to be woefully short. Tapped away by Flashman. Smaley has it, gives it to Robertson. Side has it at the midcourt stripe, down low to Dunn. Dunn doesn't take the shot. He'll pull it back out and give it to Smaley. As they'll pull the defense back out, as Luke will stand out at the midcourt stripe and let the clock run. 2:08 to play here in the game. Preston up big here tonight. 51-69. Smaley right in front of the Preston Indians bench with 2 minutes left. Back out to Hammonds. Goes around the pressure there. Manning saves it on the floor. Smaley has to go back and get it. Williams can't steal it away from him, so here comes Luke back up the floor again. Manning's got three fouls, so he has to be careful. As Smaley again will pull it back out, comes to Hammonds right in front of us. Hammonds working against Williams. Now runs in there to Gunter. Back to Robertson as now they're trying to double team as Preston just playing keep away with the ball. Hyde comes way back out near the timeline as the clock continues to run. 1:25 to play. Hammonds finally gets the ball away there from Gunter.
Swing it.
Gunter. By the way, if you're going to play this kind of pressure defense, as Robertson has an easy layup. If you're going to play that kind of pressure defense and try to get the ball back, you might as well send them to the free throw line.
I don't know why they weren't fouling. I mean, I know there's not a chance for them, but still.
Preston just ran about a minute and 45 seconds off the clock in that possession.
They didn't even foul him. Yeah.
Gunter has it. 1 minute to play. Holt, another three-pointer. This one from the left side is no good. Smaley had to go off his hands. It's knocked away and ends up in the hands of Eli Williams again. Williams wants to drive baseline, pulls up, scoop shot underdone, travel or foul. They call the travel.
Yep.
So now we'll try to do this again. We'll get Hess and Benson Palmer back into the game again.
Yep.
As Hyde will now get to leave with 47 seconds again.
Dunn will come out too.
Here comes Scotty coming out. You know, it's rare when you get to leave to a hero's applause twice in the same game.
Yeah, why not, huh?
45 seconds, clock runs. Smaley walks the dribble up into the front court. Hopefully we'll get to talk to Coach Jones on the post-game show, so we invite you to stay tuned for that coming up when this one's over. Hess to Hansen. Smaley shoved over on the far side, and they finally called the foul. Was that on Holt? He was over there.
Yeah. Who was it on?
I'm not sure they called that on.
24.
24.
Blackhawk.
Said 44.
Blackhawk, is he?
Deccan Blackhawk.
Yeah.
He's the kid with the multicolored hair.
Oh, there he is right there. Okay.
So his first just come into the game, and Smaley will shoot a couple of free throws. First one is no good, the front of the 1-and-1. Tapped out of bounds. It's going to be touched by Robertson, so it'll go back over to Century. 29 seconds to play. Indians up by 20, 71-51. Century is going to go to 2-6 on the year. That's almost hard to believe.
Yep.
Williams behind the back dribble. Kick it off to Schultz, drives the baseline, runs into Robertson, passes in, knocked down, and goes out of bounds off of Luke.
Yeah, Luke just about had a steal, but then he lost it off his foot.
16 seconds to play now. And that ball's deflected again as Williams tried to get it to Holt. Good hands underneath again by Luke. So they'll move over the other side of the basket and try to bring it in again. Luke now turns and plays defense as it comes into Blackhawk. Blackhawk will kick it back out to Holt. Boy, he's trying one from the next area code.
Why
That's
not?
no good.
Why not?
Hawk has the rebound. Back to Schultz, back to Williams. 4, 3, 2, and that's the way this one's going to go in the books as Williams tries a desperation 3, but it's no good. And Preston will win it tonight by the final score of 71-51. It's a 20-point win here for the Preston Indians. So Preston improves their record to 7-1. They're 2-0 in conference as they pick up the victory here tonight. We come back, we'll have the post-game wrap-up, and we'll hopefully get a chance to talk to Coach Jones coming up as we'll go to the post-game show coming up next.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
It's time for the home tour. Brought to you by Mike Hansen with Cornerstone Real Estate.
While you're busy creating family memories this holiday season, my wish to you and your family is that your home will be cozy, your holidays will be bright, and the new year will be the best one ever. This is Mike Hansen, broker with Cornerstone Real Estate in Preston. When the time comes to buy or sell real estate, I would love the opportunity to work with you. I represent buyers and sellers in all property types, commercial, residential, and land sales or acquisitions. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Mike Hansen, Cornerstone Real Estate, 801-510-112.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on-site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
When the time finally comes to deliver your new little one, the comforts of home are vital. Franklin County Medical Center understands, and that's why the new maternity suites are designed with a warm family atmosphere, spacious rooms complete with sleeping accommodations for your partner, and state-of-the-art birthing equipment. At Franklin County Medical Center, your new arrival will be welcomed into the world safely, and the expert staff will ensure you're relaxed and comfortable. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
Well, welcome back inside here at the Snake Pit as tonight the Preston Indians. Well, let's see. Let's zooming chronology of these as the freshmen pick up a big win, 69-45. The JV wins 70-42. And the varsity team holds serve as they win by 20 here tonight, 71-51.
Yeah, it was kind of, like we thought a little bit it would go. I mean, you thought it was maybe going to be a little closer. I kind of thought we should be able to do this kind of a game. But, again, Preston just really controlled everything in the game. They controlled the pace. Century, the only chance they had was to launch threes, and they made a few of them. But we just took them out of everything with our stifling defense. And then our ability to go inside or outside, it just really was a great effort by the Indians.
And the ability to go inside and outside was one thing, but the other thing was no matter who they put down low on Ty, whether it had been Titan Flashman or Nathan Manning or whoever it was, or even Guntner for a time there for a while, they had no answer for him, as Ty ended up with a season-high 22 in the game.
And most teams won't have an answer for Ty. I mean, Middleton played him really well, and we'll have to learn from that. But Ty will be able to do pretty much a lot of what he wants this year. And it's a great, great tool that we have as a team to be able to have a dominating post player because it just opens everything up. And it's fun to see the inside-outside game and the transition game, everything clicking tonight.
And when they needed it, they were able to shoot over the top of the defense and make threes as well.
Right, and you mix that with our defense and holding them to outside shots, keeping them from going to the line. It just adds up to a 20-point win.
But keeping them from going to the line is a bit of an understatement. Do you realize they shot 6 free throws in the game tonight? That's all.
The whole game, and like we talked about, there wasn't many fouls called in the second half, and then they called more, in the first half, and then they called more in the second half. So. But still, it was a fun game to watch in the sense that they let them play, and that's always a good thing for the crowd to see a fun game like that.
Well, we'll await Coach Jones. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at the stats from tonight's game. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back here to the postgame show as we await Coach Jones. We'll look at the final numbers. First for Century tonight, Javon Soul finished the game with 1 point. He made 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Eli Williams had 11. He made a pair of threes. Emmett Holt finished the game with 14. He also had a pair of threes. Bruin Fleischman also had 2 threes. That's the one thing they did well tonight, was they shot 3-pointers well.
That was the only thing that kept them anywhere near the game.
Bruin Fleischman with the 2 threes finished the game with 8 points. Nathan Manning had 2. Drew Gunter finished the game with 13, made 1 3-pointer in the game. And Titan Flashman finished the game with just 2 points in the game. And both of those came on free throws late in the contest. So that's, as we mentioned a moment ago in the first segment, they shot only 6 free throws in the game and made a total of 5. For Ty Hyde, he finished the game with a team high and game high 22 tonight. Was very impressive from the free throw line. Scott Dunn finished the game with 18. Luke Smaley had 6. Cole Harris finished the game with 7. Garrett Ward had 6. Gabe Hammonds had 6. Brendan Hess and Benson Palmer both played but did not score. And Rhett Robertson finished the game with 2 points. Preston was 11 of 15 tonight from the free throw line, as they did a very good job as they go to 7-1 on the year. And we're joined here now on the post-game show by Coach Tyler Jones. First of all, congratulations. Nice win.
Oh, thank you. Anytime you come up here to the Snake Pit and get a W, it's a good night for sure.
Yeah. What was the most impressive thing to you tonight? Because we have several.
Yeah, I thought the first half defensively, we were really solid. I thought our help was good. We were on the ball, and our pressure, we were able to get some steals that led to some layups. But defensively, we were pretty sound that first half.
They tried to do a number of things with Ty, and whatever they threw at him, they couldn't really control him.
Yeah, and Ty was good tonight, and they started doubling him, and he was able to find the open guy a few times for some layups. But I thought we shared the ball really well tonight also, and in transition especially, there were a couple times the ball didn't even hit the floor. It was boom, boom, layup, and anytime you can share it and get others involved, I think that's a good thing.
We talked about some of the keys of the game before would be, for Ty to stay out of foul trouble, because they do have some size, and then for Preston to dictate the game, in other words, to play our game. And I think both of those things happened tonight. I think Ty stayed out of foul trouble, and the refs were letting him play, which was fun.
Yep.
And Harding at halftime, I was teasing with him a little bit, and he said, listen, the way those 2 big guys are pushing, I could foul them both out, but I want them to play. And so I thought that was fun. And then it seemed like, Coach, that, our full court press, and we were commenting how you kept us in it most of the game, but you kind of controlled the game, and you kind of did what you wanted to do.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do, especially on the road. Big conference win for us, and we're starting to figure out our identity, and I think we're starting to gel a little bit better. So some good things for sure, and something we can build on when we come back from break.
We've talked about speed on a number of occasions, and not just running a fast break, but just bringing the ball up the floor. You practically ran them out of the gym.
No, and that's when we're at our best. I mean, if it gets into a half-court slugfest, we're going to struggle most nights. But when we can get Luke in transition, and Scott and Garrett and Gabe running wide, we can. It's just when we're at our best by far. So we want to play fast. That's why we're pressuring more too, to try to get some steals and speed the other team up. And I think when we're doing that, we're clicking. Cole up front had some steals with his hands, and he's doing some good things, and that's what it takes.
It's fun to see Garrett hit a couple of threes. That was really needed. I thought it was big that he hit those and built his confidence up, and that was good.
Yep, we need everybody, and gets a boost. Everybody hit some shots and stepped up, and that's what it takes. You can't do it with 1 or 2 guys. You need a whole team.
Yep. Got pretty good balanced scoring again. Not like the last couple of games where we had 4 guys in double figures. Tonight it was just Ty and Scott, but still, it was a very good balanced win for the team.
Exactly, yep. So we'll have a couple days off, let them heal up and get ready. We come back after Christmas, we'll hit the ground running. We go to Logan, the Grizzly Den there. It's never easy. That'll be a wild place to play. That'll help us, go on these tough venues. And then after that, we got conference, pretty much mostly conference games after that. So it's going to get tougher, and we got to keep improving. That's the big thing.
7-1 now on the year. Another nice win. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys have a good Christmas and enjoy the holidays.
You too. Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. That's Coach Tyler Jones. We'll take a timeout, get some final thoughts from Ron when we come back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The holidays are a special time, filled with delicious meals, savory meats, desserts, candies, and hot apple cider. The team at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston wish you and yours a delicious holiday season filled with happiness. Visit us today for all the ingredients for your special recipes. Shop the wide selection of holiday gifts for everyone on your list. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. We thank you for your patronage.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money, closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
KACH.
Well, Preston wins it tonight, 71-51. We'll get a final thought or two out of Ron Smaley before we let him go.
Well, I think the Indians are really where they want to be on the season right now. I think the loss to Middleton was okay. It kind of regrouped us a little bit, and going to Logan will be a good experience. It's always good to go into a tough environment, and that's always hard to play. Have you ever been to a game there?
No.
They've learned from the Aggies, the crowd. They have the students have kind of the same thing, and that'll be good. And then we start, like Coach says, we start the district, and it's going to be a fun season. It always goes faster than we want it to, but we're right now looking pretty good, Dan. I'm proud of the team.
So when they come back, they have the game with Logan, and their first two conference games after that are home games. They'll play Twin Falls on a Friday night, and then Wood River on Saturday. On a Saturday afternoon coming back.
It seems like we haven't played at home a lot, but here we're going to get some games coming up.
That's right. So hey, first of all, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
happy
to you
holidays
too.
to you and your family
you too.
as well.
Drive safe.
And thank you. Appreciate that. So up next for Preston Indians is a week from tomorrow, next Saturday, December the 28th, as they'll hit the road. They'll face their Cache Valley rival, the Logan Grizzlies. Pregame show is at 7:15. A week from tomorrow, and they'll tip the game off at 7:30. You can catch that game live on mylocalradio.com. If you're traveling this weekend or for the holidays, please be safe and enjoy the Christmas season, and have a Merry Christmas from all of us here at KACH Radio. That's going to bring tonight's broadcast to a close. The executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. Special thanks to Zach Fuller for manning the camera for us tonight as well. We thank you again for listening. For Ron Smaley, I'm Dan Hubbard, reminding you the final score as Preston beats Century tonight by 20, 71-51. Until next time, have a good night from here at Century High School.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.